Anand, just for our viewers, I want to share the letter also that's coming from the Bangladesh Cricket Board. We have accessed the release from the Bangladesh Cricket Board where it has said, and I quote, "We are deeply moved by Pakistan's efforts to go above and beyond in supporting Bangladesh during this period. Long may our brotherhood flourish. I request Pakistan to play the ICC T20 World Cup game on 15th February against India for the benefit of the entire cricket ecosystem." You can see this letter, you can see where it has said, "We are deeply moved by Pakistan's efforts to go beyond, above and beyond in supporting Bangladesh during this period. Long may our brotherhood flourish." This is the language that's coming in from the Bangladeshi side, also saying, "We request Pakistan to play the ICC T20 World Cup game on 15th February against India for the benefit of the entire cricket ecosystem," is the pitch that has come in from the Bangladesh Cricket Board. Shivani Gupta also with us on the broadcast. Shivani, how do you see this language coming in from the Bangladesh Cricket Board? Does it seem that Islamabad may have requested them to give them this kind of a language so that they have some level of a face saver on the international stage?
Yes, it is all seeming very orchestrated, to be honest, Ayushman. I mean, like I was saying earlier, you're not going to be able to fool very many people by pulling these stunts. And I think it is not reflecting very well on both the PCB and the BCB. Because, the excuses or the reasons that they were presenting to the ICC for which they didn't want to play either in India, the demand that Bangladesh Cricket Board made at the nth hour, or that Pakistan made, that we are not going to step out onto the field against India, even though we're playing in Colombo and we are going to play the rest of the tournament. This is not how an international multilateral event is held. Both boards were wrong to make these kinds of demands. These were purely political demands to basically also further the narrative that, oh, India does its own thing, but, other boards are being hard done by. But that's not true. There is no equitable example to suggest that any other country has tried to pull this at the last minute and has gotten away with it. The only justifiable reason for which ICC allows teams to not travel to a certain country are security concerns, and then those are discussed well in advance. And if you want to boycott a tie, then that's fine. That's up to you. You lose the points and you face certain, financial remunerations, financial penalties, and that's how it goes. So I think both the Bangladesh Cricket Board and the PCB have kind of, come together to make a truck on this issue. We know what is going on in both these countries, and it's not very surprising. But I think even in Bangladesh, there would be a realization that at the behest of Pakistan, they actually made those maximalist demands that they will not come to India and play, for which they had to forego the World Cup experience altogether. Did it really serve their purpose? Even if they're now coming out and saying, oh, let Pakistan play with India, we don't want the larger ecosystem to suffer. But Bangladesh cricket did suffer.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And Anand, how do you see this pitch coming in from the Bangladeshi side and the entire sequence of events? Was the boycott orchestrated between the two sides? Was the politics of it played out completely on a whiteboard that this is how it will happen? And now the retraction also seeing a similar kind of orchestration between the two sides?
Well, the only cricket board amongst the two, between the BCB and the PCB, which has retained a semblance of dignity, is the BCB, because at least they stuck on their position that, okay, they may have taken a political decision. They were the only nation that could have, somewhere invoked a force majeure because of the regime change in Bangladesh and Sheikh Hasina being the villain of the piece right now. And they may say that, okay, Bharat has given her sanctuary, so we don't want to go and play in this. So that's our force majeure. They have a political point to make. That's in fairness, you could say that even though you may not agree with that decision, that's the political decision. What does Pakistan stake here? Pakistan is coming out and playing in Sri Lanka. They were anyway playing on neutral ground. They are anyways in Sri Lanka playing the other teams. So what was this whole charade about not playing with India and solidarity and brotherhood and etc.? Now this is beyond the line, beyond the boundary lines and beyond cricket. This is a certain radical extremist lot on both sides which are trying to bond with each other. And this brotherhood word being used on a PCB and a cricket official letter is quite ominous because it indicates in a different direction altogether. But overall, if you were to see, Bangladesh at least has shown some dignity and has conducted itself ably from its own political point of view. the nation that has embarrassed itself, it has embarrassed cricketers, and it has cricket, and it has upset its own lot of cricketers and cricket fans is the PCB. No way the PCB is going to come out, emerge with any kind of narrative in its favor, whatever mahal it tries to build. The other point is that the BCB has written this again because it's political. The BCB officials who are now being appointed are all Jamaati. They are all a part of the Jamaat, and the Jamiat has got announced its allegiance to Maududi JEI that is based in Jamaat-e-Islami that is based out of Pakistan. And Maulana, that was founded by Maulana Maududi. That's what they have announced. So that's the reason why he was finding this kind of language. This is brazen politicization of cricket in this region, and they're trying to whip up this whole frenzy. It's not good for cricket, and it's not going to help PCB either. It's not going to help PCB's cause, because one nation that actually supported them, that backed them, and nobody else wanted to play with them, and despite a bomb blast and despite some of their players getting attacked in a bomb blast, they continued to engage with Pakistan and play cricket with them, was Sri Lanka. And look what PCB has done. In terms of hurting Sri Lanka cricket, Sri Lanka tourism, jobs there, and also spoiling the atmosphere of the World Cup, because Sri Lanka joined hosts along with Bharat at this T20 World Cup. So it's a sad state of affairs, and very, very poor conduct coming from the PCB and Pakistan government.
Right. So clearly it seems that even though this was an orchestrated move, Pakistan is the one which comes out as a loser, even as compared to Bangladesh, which has exited the World Cup. But